Hey, what is up, guys? My name is Tom Spark. Today we're checking out the one, the only, the NordVPN. Now, this is an insanely well-reviewed VPN. You're going to see most YouTubers recommending them at one point or another. You're going to see entire channels devoted to selling this product. You're going to see most VPN review sites out there selling this product, mentioning this product out of the wazoo. Now, why could this be? Well, they have a very generous affiliate program. They spend tons of money on marketing and advertising, so they have a very large outreach. Not only that, they just seem to have some kind of explosion a couple years ago. Not really sure why. When I first started out reviewing VPNs, NordVPN was just another fish in the pond. Nothing too special about it. Wasn't really competing that much with the likes of ExpressVPN and private internet access, but they really kind of exploded somehow. Must have gotten some money from somewhere. Who knows? But anyways, today, guys, we're going to check out NordVPN with my new VPN review system with 6 different categories. That being pricing, the application, the speeds of the VPN, the reputation, the support, and the extra services. So first up, guys, we're going to talk about pricing for NordVPN. Now, NordVPN is one of the weirdest kind of pricing schemes among VPN, I think. For 1 month, it's $11.95, which is slightly more expensive than average. When I say slightly more expensive, I mean maybe about even 20%. So we have $2 increase from like the $10 kind of standard I think that a VPN should cost without discount codes. So NordVPN is more expensive in that way. And then the yearly plan isn't really that cheap either. So NordVPN's yearly plan is around $83, and they have a 2-year plan as well for $95. But the real kicker is that NordVPN offers up to 3 years for $107. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's an amazing deal, and that's pretty much what every VPN review site, every VPN review channel capitalizes on. They're saying that NordVPN is the budget VPN in that they're so cheap that you should just go for it because they offer a lot of features and what you get what you pay for.
One, it's one of the most affordable VPNs out there. If you're willing to sign up for 3 years in one go, it's only $107, making it the cheapest quality VPN out there. Second,
but unfortunately for me, I'm not the type of person to advocate for these kind of consumer practices. I don't think you should sign up for any service for 3 years. What happens after 1 month? The service is smart enough to decide that you've been subscribed for 1 month. You can't get a refund, so they're automatically going to downgrade your service, kind of limit your bandwidth so they can maximize profits. And this is pretty much exactly what I think NordVPN is doing because they don't really support PayPal anymore. They don't support PayPal on the website. You can't pay with PayPal. A lot of people got upset by this. And why do you think they don't support PayPal anymore? Well, it's not because they just wanted to create their own secure payment processing system, even though that's what they claim. I think they don't support PayPal anymore is because they got so many complaints from PayPal, so many complaints from consumers doing chargebacks, various kind of tricks and whatever to just get their money back because they signed up for a 3-year plan, and NordVPN would refuse refunds after that 1 month kind of window. So if you don't like it after 1 month and you have a 3-year plan, well, you're stuck. Or you could go to PayPal and complain. And this seems to be like what PayPal has done with NordVPN. NordVPN no longer supports PayPal. And if you go to Trustpilot, you can see hundreds of reviews of people complaining about not being able to get refunds. So maybe it's not the most expensive VPN like ExpressVPN.
Sometimes things that are expensive are worse.
But there are a lot of problems with NordVPN's payment model, with the 3-year plan being a little bit manipulative, pushing people into commitment plans they might not be ready for. Not only that, but they could change the service at any point in that time, which is definitely hard for users to kind of gauge and see how other users are being affected that way, unless you just look at user reviews like I mentioned on Trustpilot. So NordVPN gets around 1 out of 5. I would give it 0 out of 5 like ExpressVPN, but ExpressVPN is more expensive and I had a lot more payment issues checking out with ExpressVPN than I did with NordVPN. Next up on the list is NordVPN's application. Now, NordVPN has spent a lot of money in making their application look very nice. It has a very visual layout with a map and stuff like that. The application also does have a decent amount of kind of filters and various ways to connect to various servers. You can connect to, torrent servers or dedicated IP servers, which I don't really think are dedicated IPs, but maybe just a unique branch of dedicated IPs, maybe for streaming that they're kind of separated out. whatever the case, NordVPN has a decent app. It's not the best app out there in terms of customization and security features. I would give that to probably something like TorGuard VPN or Private Internet Access VPN, which give you a lot of control over stuff, or even Windscribe, which kind of has some interesting kind of gimmicky kind of features, but are cool nonetheless. NordVPN, however, just has a kind of middle-of-the-line, good-looking app that, for the most part, works. A lot of people do find that it is a bit buggy, and certainly when I first started reviewing it years and years ago, I found that it was very buggy. So they've probably squished out some bugs since then, but it's not the best app. It's not the worst app. It's just kind of middle of the line, 3.5 out of 5. Next up, NordVPN, we're talking about speeds. Now with speeds, it's one of the most important things when considering a VPN because that's how you download torrents, that's how you stream content, that's how you pretty much do everything on the internet is with speed. Now, NordVPN is definitely not the fastest VPN. I would say it's a lower tier in terms of speeds. For paying so much for a VPN, it's disappointing to see that you don't get higher speeds. Not only that, I think that they could restrict bandwidth at a certain time depending on your subscription, like I mentioned before. Now, this is just speculation on my part, but if I was a business like NordVPN whose bottom line is just to make money, that's certainly what I would do. All right, so we're connected to NordVPN. Going to start this test now. Let's go. So remember with TorGuard, we got around 13.8 or so megabytes a second for that high speed, ranging down from 10 or so. Why? Why are you so slow? You're $13. Come on. So the speeds are just okay. I've done a lot of speed tests this year with NordVPN, and they haven't really showed me anything to be impressed with. So I'm just going to give them a perfect middle of the line, 2.5 out of 5. In terms of reputation, this is where NordVPN really goes down into the bottom tiers. Looking at my review list, my review ranking, this would be under vomit mixed with shit. This is NordVPN's reputation. Now, why do I really eviscerate them on this? Why do I really eviscerate them on this point? Well, NordVPN has come after me personally. They've prosecuted me, or at least tried to. They've threatened to sue me for writing articles about their company, claiming that I defamed or slandered them, when in fact I just wrote and covered news that was already on other websites. Anyways, NordVPN has kind of trolled me as well. Other kind of perhaps related companies that people have speculated all under the same company, that being TeslaNet, they've all kind of come after me as well. They've posted my personal information on Reddit. They've posted about me on VPN sites that really do promote NordVPN. So whatever the case, NordVPN seems to have a vendetta against me for speaking the truth, speaking about news, and whatever the case is. Not only that, but taking outside of the context of my personal experience with NordVPN and perhaps NordVPN-related companies like Proton Mail and Proton VPN, they've also had a bad reputation in terms of how they deal with customer refunds on Trustpilot. See examples of that. They also have a bad reputation in terms of perhaps some of the news I was discussing earlier. Are they based in Lithuania, where TeslaNet is based? Are they based in Panama, like they claim, which is one of the most popular locations for offshore companies that are shady to be based? Now, I'm mentioning this TeslaNet link earlier. The basic findings was that to be proved is that NordVPN does have a partnership with TeslaNet in that they do control some marketing stuff for NordVPN. So perhaps, as I mentioned earlier, that's where NordVPN's got a lot of their money. If you have a company like TeslaNet, which is involved in data mining and various other data services involved with a VPN, at any point of the line, In my opinion, that's not something you want to deal with. So for reputation, 0 out of 5. Vomit mixed with shit. So support is another thing when NordVPN drops the ball. We've already mentioned this multiple times throughout this review, and that's because when you have bad support, it's really bad and it really does affect your VPN service. Now, when you have good support, it's almost something you don't really consider at all, because you talk to support, your problem is solved, you move on, you're a happy customer, end of story. But with bad support, you might have trouble getting refunds, you might have trouble with speeds, you might have trouble with bugs, and none of these things can be solved. NordVPN has a 30-day refund policy, so if you don't like their service, make sure to get out before then, or you're going to be stuck with them. So for support, since they don't handle these refunds, since they're so aggressive with this 3-year pricing plan, I'm going to have to give them 0 out of 5, just because I've seen so many people complaining about NordVPN progressively year after year in increasing amount. Lastly, I do want to talk about NordVPN's extra services. Now, NordVPN kind of falls in the middle of the line here. They do have around 6 simultaneous connections, which is better than some VPNs like ExpressVPN, which only offer 3. So they do have more services there. They can work with Netflix in particular. So if you're only a Netflix customer, NordVPN could be a decent choice, admittedly. However, there have been a lot of people that have complaints with Amazon Video or Hulu, some of these other streaming services that aren't Netflix. Perhaps NordVPN doesn't focus on some of these other services, on blocking some of them. They don't have a unique kind of system so much. Well, I think you actually can buy extra IPs, but since NordVPN is so expensive already, I don't really consider this like a feasible option to spend even more money on them. Unlike something like TorGuard, which does offer these add-ons but is extremely cheap, you could get TorGuard for $9 included with a streaming IP. Now, just to compare, I don't want to mention TorGuard too much, but when you're thinking about these pricing schemes and stuff like that, how one VPN does and how another, you really do have to think in terms of comparisons. So with NordVPN, you have that $12 per month, and then you can add on another add-on for an IP, and that's just going to be too expensive. It's not going to be very realistic. So that's why I give extra services 3 out of 5, because while they do offer some of these services, it's going to be too expensive to get every single feature you need unlocked. And, it will work with Netflix if that's just what you want, but maybe some of these other services are not going to be available for you. So there you go. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much my wrap up of the NordVPN review. NordVPN, what does it fall over? Let's look at the rating system. Well, NordVPN is somewhere in between shit and dookie. So either way, do you want some shit or some dookie? Do you want something in between shit and dookie? That's up to you. They could be worse. They could be vomit mixed with shit. At least you don't have that. But they're not a good VPN. They're not a better VPN. They're not anywhere close to the best VPN. So be careful out there. Watch what you're looking at on websites. NordVPN is definitely one of the highest rated VPNs. But if you like honest VPN reviews, stick around on this channel and I'll give you what you really deserve.